What's good, everybody? I'm going to do a solo episode today, and it's unscripted, as everything I do is unscripted. So forgive me for occasionally maybe sounding incoherent. I hope I don't, but I wanted to, one of the things when I create content is I can't let perfection stop me because I have so many other things to do. And when I have something on my mind and I just want to say it, I'll just say it, and hopefully it comes across and it makes sense to someone, hopefully more people than not. But so without further ado, the reason why I'm doing this episode is to explain to you where I'm at with the customer conversations, or actually, if you're just listening to this for the first time, which is always possible, let me just add some context to the whole thing. So the Goats of Growth started off as a book where I wanted to focus on the greatest revenue leaders of all time and just their story, a story arc that's called the Epiphany Bridge, where it takes the listener from early on in their lives to the end of that journey, if you will, where they've gone from very little in revenue with a company to over $1 billion valuation, or from zero to over 100 million in a relatively short period of time. And that's what it covers. And this podcast used to be called Over Quota. Now it's called the Goats of Growth because of the book, and we just thought it was a good name. And so the Goats of Growth is a podcast. Now this is episode, I've done over 120 episodes, and basically it's my interviews that I do with revenue leaders about how they go about building their businesses, building the revenue in their technology companies that they've been asked to lead. And I focus on three pillars: vision, strategy, and execution. Vision: what is your vision? Where do you want to take this thing? Where do the founders or the CEOs want you to take this thing? Strategy is strategically, how are you going to get there, of course. Pricing models, go-to-market models, kinds of customers, all of those things. And then execution, of course, would be hiring, onboarding, coaching, all of those executable things that you do on a daily basis. And people seem to have found value in this, and the downloads are increasing and people are listening to it, which is fantastic. And then I started thinking, well, what else can I offer them? And I interviewed a gentleman by the name of William Crowder one day, and he started talking to me about these poorly conceived emails that he receives as a recipient of cold emails and people trying to sell him some things. And he started talking about this magic email that he sends out when he's doing his own business development, when he's doing his own prospecting. And so that got me thinking. I said, well, I think that's the answer. I think that's what people need more of. They want more of what the buyer expects from them. And that's where Customer Conversations was born, right? So Customer Conversations is a premium version of this podcast. So it's the Goats of Growth Customer Conversations, where it focuses on basically the premium version, or the buyer's version, I should say, the buyer's expectation of what they expect from their sellers. And so what I'm doing now is trying to find product market fit for it, right? I'm trying to find, where do most of my listeners want me to go with this? And will they find enough value to pay a certain amount per month or a certain amount per year? Because I have two packages, either $9 a month or $49 a year. And so I'm trying to figure all that out. It's like, where is the market? And it's fun, actually. Everybody that I talk to, their founders or early stage sales leaders, talk about product market fit. And it's essentially, that's what I'm trying to do here, right? I have the product is the podcast, it's content. The market, the way I see it, is large because the total addressable market is all the salespeople. But then because I can't, it's just hard to boil the ocean and say, I'm going to message to everybody. I'm focusing, at least to begin with, on the salespeople that are selling RevTech, or companies that are selling RevTech. So whether you're a sales rep, maybe you're an SDR, maybe you're a sales leader, maybe you're a sales enablement leader, maybe you're in operations, maybe you're in product marketing. Like, those are all the personas that I have been thinking about in terms of who should I should be targeting to begin with. So anybody that's selling rev tech, right? Sales enablement, marketing technology, people that are selling to the same audience that I sell to anyways, as the J. David Group or the Goats of Growth, which is the executive search firm that I run. So I'm talking to sales leaders regularly. I'm talking to founders and CEOs regularly. Frankly, I'm talking to people leaders regularly, and that might be part of it as well, where I will interview people leaders about how they buy as well. But for right now, it's been interviews with sales enablement leaders, sales leaders, and those types of people. But what I've been thinking about over the last several days is it's not easy, right? It's not easy to find product market fit. Like you have this idea, at least I had this idea. I'm like, wow, this is going to be great. Like so many people are going to be bought in. They're going to see so much value. And this is going to be fantastic. I'm going to have hundreds or perhaps thousands of salespeople and sales leaders and marketers or whomever going to listen to these customer conversations, and they're going to get a lot of value out of it. And I'm going to be able to help a bunch of people. And what I always say is, and I tell my kids this, is if you help a bunch of people, the money will come, right? In other words, people will pay for you helping them. And that's what I always try to do, is just help as much people get what they want. You can have anything that you want. That comes from Zig Ziglar, a legendary salesperson. And so the thing that's been on my mind lately has been the conviction that I have for it, right? The word conviction. And conviction, the way I see it, is just having a strong belief in something that you really believe in, that you will fight for, if you will, because you believe in that so strongly. And I feel like that's necessary when you are trying to do something new, when you're trying to do something big, when you have a big, lofty goal. And for me, because this is difficult because I opened up the doors, so to speak, to my business. And all of you who have heard this before or listened to my podcast, it's not like all of you have turned into customers, right? And I put it on LinkedIn. I have emailed a number of people, and I'm trying to find the messaging, and I'm trying to find the right message to the right audience. And I'm also trying to figure out, at $9 a month, what else would you want, right? What else would people want that are customers of customer conversations? Do you want a community to network with, online or offline? Do you want an ability to hire people if you're a sales leader? Do you want a community that gives you the ability to engage with hiring managers if you are looking for a job? Do you want a community where you can communicate with the people that are buying your revenue technology? Do you want a community, or do you want an opportunity to perhaps co-host episodes with me so you can get closer to your ideal customer, like literally closer? In other words, building relationships with them as we do a bit of a discovery call together with your ICP. And as a result of that, maybe that one particular conversation, if you will, turns into a lead, turns into a customer. So I'm basically trying to find all that. But I feel like it's not as easy in everybody else's mind as it is in my mind, to be honest with you. In my mind, it's like, yeah, this is easy. Like, this is great. Of course, you're going to want to pay $9 a month to get access to these conversations, because these are conversations that you can use to help shorten your sales cycle, close more deals, make more money, get promoted, all that stuff, right? But maybe not, right? Maybe that's not it. And so this building in public thing that I've been doing, basically talking to people online and offline about what I'm doing and really trying to get feedback and find that market. And I come back to this word conviction, because I really believe that what I'm doing is valuable, right? Like, it has value. Like, I feel like these conversations have real market value. They have real tangible value. They have real impact and real meaning to people who are practitioners, who are selling stuff, right? And in particular, selling rev tech, right? That is technology that is enabling them to do what I just described, right? To shorten sales cycles, close more deals, set more meetings, make more money, all that stuff. And so that's what it is. And I feel like if I didn't have the conviction, I probably wouldn't be long for this. I'd probably say, you know what, it's not worth it. People don't have the same belief I have. They don't see the value in it that I do. But I know when I have the conviction of something, I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop talking about it. I can't stop, to the point where, as I'm sharing this with you, even if it's like, I don't feel like as I'm publishing this, that I'm like, oh man, these people are going to think I'm silly or think I'm an idiot. And believe me, I felt that way before on other things, but I just don't necessarily about this now. Maybe I'm wrong. Share it with me. Send me an email, web@theJDavidGroup. Hit me up on LinkedIn. Let me know your thoughts, but also conviction. I think that whether you're a sales leader, an individual contributor, doing something big and selling something, I always talk about, confidence and resiliency and resourcefulness and grit and all that stuff. But I think having the conviction for what you're doing, having a strong belief that what you do matters and what you are doing or what you're selling has value to somebody else besides your own bank account, I think is important. And that goes to if you're a sales candidate and you're looking for a particular job or an opportunity, I think it's important that you have that level of conviction, a strong level of conviction that what you're looking for and ultimately find, and you accept an offer that you really believe in what you're doing. Because I think if you do that, you're going to be much better for it. You're going to have the energy for it, and you're going to need a lot of energy to succeed, at a lot of things. So that's it. Solo episode. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your feedback, and help me help you, because I'm trying to do this together to build it in public and to make customer conversations really, really valuable. And that's it. All right. So go to the link in the show notes. You can have access to customer conversations. Of course, these Goats of Growth interviews where I interview revenue leaders will continue to be free, so you don't have to pay for those. And hopefully you can learn from the sales leaders that I've been continuing to interview. And if you don't think that it's a great idea, again, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you're continuing to listen to the regular podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review, and tell your friends and anybody else that would listen. I really appreciate it. All right, that's it, everybody. I'll stop talking. Cue in the music. Goodbye.